Outdoors. On today's show, we are going to show you how to clean our semi-automatic shotgun. On last week's show, we put about 75 shells through it at the Sporting Clays range. So I suspect, and somewhat confirmed already, that this is a dirty gun. The first step in cleaning your shotgun is to get all of your supplies ready. Today's gun cleaner that we're going to use is Z Preserve. It's a cleaner slash rust remover slash lubricant all in one, kind of like your Ballistol or your Rem oil, that kind of thing. I'm also going to be using Hops gun lubricant. Yes, this is a gun cleaner and gun lubricant, but in my opinion, it doesn't hurt to have an actual gun lubricant on your gun as well. Obviously, you're going to need your patches. You will need your cleaning rod, and then your patch attachment for your cleaning rod. And of course, most importantly, you're going to need your shotgun. Now, in a previous video, last year I believe it was, I did a 20 gauge semi-automatic clean, or 20 gauge pump cleaning video. And with a semi-automatic, there are a lot more parts to it, and it's a little more intricate and detailed than cleaning a pump shotgun is. So once we get everything set out and arranged how we want it to be, the next thing that we want to do is obviously disassemble the gun. First thing, empty chamber, nothing in the magazine tubes. There's only ammunition that I have is in my safe behind me, and that's locked. So we have a completely clear gun. The next thing you want to do is take off the magazine cap. Remove the fore and barrel. Take off the O-ring. Remove your gas piston. The next thing you want to do is put your hand here and push the recoil spring back a little bit. This will loosen tension on the bolt to line it up properly. Then you want to remove your charging handle, release this. This will allow the bolt and all the assembly to come off of the gun. Set that aside for now. Take the recoil spring off. Now all that's left is your receiver and your buttstock and the magazine tube. Now you take your cleaner and you spray it on some patches. And make sure you're working in a well-ventilated area. I have a door behind the camera that's open. And you want to take a patch. and get your magazine tube as clean as you can. I've put quite a few shells through this over the weekend, so it's got a little bit of a little bit more gunk on it than it normally would, right where the gas piston sits. Next thing you want to do is clean the inside of your receiver. Again, take a patch or two that has the gun cleaner on it. And run it on the inside of your receiver. And on the outside. Okay. So for now, we'll set this to the side. Take another patch, and we will work on our gas piston. This gun was extremely dirty. Occasionally I'll just take a dry patch and get off what I can without any kind of gun cleaner or anything. Just get the residual stuff off. Alright, so that's clean. We'll set that to the side for now. Next we want to clean the recoil spring. Because believe it or not, that too will get dirty. Then we'll move on to the bolt. The bolt comes apart. It's got a claw on it, and it attaches to a junction here in the bottom of the bolt. So you take these two pieces apart. Then you take a patch that's got your gun cleaner on it. And you clean every single part of the bolt that you can get to. I know it seems like I'm using a lot of patches for this, but I just try to make sure that my gun is as clean as I possibly can get it the first time around. I'm kind of particular about how I like my guns to be clean, so I don't let anybody else clean my guns. I'm the only one that cleans my guns. Next thing we will do is move on to the barrel. Inside the ring here is your gas ports. And gas ports are important because that is how the gun functions and how it cycles the next round into the chamber. It is a gas-driven shotgun. So you want your gas ports and your barrel to be as clean as you can get it. Okay. That's a pretty dirty barrel. Not as dirty as I thought it was going to be, but it's pretty dirty. Now for this job, what I do is I take my cleaning rod and I attach the patch adapter and I slide a couple patches onto the adapter. Now these are clean, dry patches. And I slide them through the gun that's not enough. With this cleaning rod, it's the one for my 20 gauge because I don't have a 12 gauge cleaning rod yet. So it doesn't fit as tightly. So what I do is I just stuff some patches down the barrel and push them through with the cleaning rod. And as you can see on that patch, it's somewhat dirty. Not as dirty as I honestly expected it to be, but it's still, in my opinion, pretty dirty. So the next thing I'll do is I'll spray some of my gun cleaner on it, and I'll I'll do it again. So now that we have the gun cleaned to our liking, it's time for reassembly. First you take your recoil spring, slide it back on your magazine tube. Then this goes back together like this. Then you want to put your bolt back together. And then properly align it with your bolt assembly. And shove it in. Then you put your charging handle back in the gun. After you make sure it's aligned properly. This can be a little bit tricky at times because there is a groove that you have to get aligned perfectly in order for the charging handle to slide into the slot that it's meant to. Okay, charging handle is in. Now I was going to show you guys what I do with this, but it's really not necessary because we used a gun lubricant and cleaner. So basically what you want to do, if you're going to use a gun cleaner or a gun lubricant, then you just want to spray down basically all of the areas on the gun where you see metal-to-metal contact. And you'll see that because the finish will scrub off, will be scratched off from the metal-to-metal contact. Now once you get the gun put back together, something you want to do is check function testing. Cycle the bolt a few times, see if it catches anywhere. If it doesn't, then you've done it correctly. You lock the bolt back, close it a couple times. You have a clean and functioning semi-automatic shotgun. I appreciate you guys watching this week. If you have any questions or any tips, or if you have anything you want to see in a future video, please feel free to leave it in the comments section. You can also connect with me on Facebook at facebook.com/adaptingtheoutdoors. You can also find this on Twitter. I don't do Twitter as much, but I do it. You can also send me an email at adaptingtheoutdoors@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you next week.